What? Tom?
What?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been waiting since the last one, sitting at my desk
You've
since
been
like
sitting in this
5 months.
virtual void. Like, when will the
Yes.
next when will the next live stream come? Oh my God. Oh, well, I'm Rand, and here with Tom, and this is the Jack's Back show with the Kirby Museum. And well, let's put us up. There we are. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the show. We're the two principals of the Jack Kirby Museum, um, and we have done quite a number of live streams that we welcome you to visit our YouTube channel. You can look at Facebook too, but go to our YouTube channel, um, because look at what we just did. We did we did 16 episodes all about Commandy. Come on.
Can't I can't believe we did so many.
It was great. Well, it was really fun. Come on. Watch out. That animal has a gun.
we needed the break.
Right. We needed the break, yeah. So that was let's see, the last one was at the end of January. So it's been break time. Hey, we've got some friends. So yeah, say hello. We've got Lantern Zone on YouTube. Stefano Pavan, saw you at the Mocha Fest. Good to see you. On Facebook there. Oh, Hammy, thank you. You love them all. I appreciate that. All right, and yes, good times. We try to have a good time. It's serious stuff. Oh, greetings from Canada, eh? All the only Canada stuff I know is like Bob and Doug McKenzie jokes. So I can talk about a toque and whatever. So anyhow, Jean-Christophe, it is good to see you. It is a pleasure to see you here. Thank you for joining us. And so we did all these commandees, but what was that all about? That was like we did the losers. We covered all of the DC stuff in the 1970s, and we did first issue. What was that called again?
First issue special.
First issue, a running series. First issue special. It's first issue special number 5. Manhunter. I don't get it. Okay. OMAC, the Demon. We did, and then we were doing in the middle of our 4th World Summer. We broke and did 3 days of like 27 hours of Jack Kirby streams. You got to go look, man. You got to go check out our. Yes. Forgive me. Yes, Reedman. It's good to see you. I knew it was you. Hello, Steve. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Steve.
And wait a minute. And that's our 4th World Summer. So we've done a lot of live streams covering Jack Kirby's work. What we like to do is to feature items from our collection, scans from the digital archives. What, Tom? Like 8,000 pages of original art scanned? 10?
Well, I mean, if you can count photocopies, are more like 14,000.
Right. So we got a lot of scans of Jack Kirby stuff.
Yes.
So that's one thing that we're doing. So yeah, we're here since we kind of put his time at DC in a bow and wrapped that up. And at the end of January, we figured we'd start with a little bit of move right along in the calendar and go right to his return to Marvel in the mid-70s, and this is kind of like the beginning of it. So let's just talk about briefly about his time at Marvel. Or Goodman. He worked for Goodman back in the 40s, so he did some with Joe Simon, they did Red Raven. They had a big monster success with Captain America. So, so that was their time at Timely / Marvel / Goodman in the 40s from publication dates of May 1940 through November 1941. And then they were gone. Goodbye, Goodman. Why, we're going to go to National DC and do some other things.
By the way, if you haven't noticed yet, that this episode is more of a kind of like a primer
right.
for all the episodes coming up.
Yeah, it's like the ramp up to Captain America.
Yes, just so everybody knows.
Yeah, no, that's right. Oh, Ken! Wow, it's been a long time. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, the cap cover is great. All right, so then he came back. He went to DC National, Boy Commandos, big success. Then it was wartime, horrible experience in the military, and came back, and he and Joe kind of were challenged to find a niche or something that was a success, and they found romance comics, and they did very, very well with them for a number of years. And then the comic book industry fell apart. The Simon and Kirby partnership broke up, and Jack was struggling, looking for work, and he actually did end up selling some work back to Goodman and his editor Stan Lee. And the first piece that I could find in this fantastic database that Tom's been working on for how many years now?
Who knows?
Who knows?
At least five.
5 years. I found Battlefield, I think it's 16 from July 1956 was kind of like a first of a, where he seems like he was back. Kirby was back selling to Goodman again, or Stan. And it wasn't exclusive. He was trying to find other clients. But the one interesting thing that did happen was that Martin Goodman, the publisher, was really looking at the comics line and was decided that they weren't really doing well. And then right around that same time, Stan's I guess number one artist, Joe Maneely, had had an accident on a train, commuter train here in the New York area, and passed away. And so it was pretty tough times for the Goodman line of comics. But Jack was really kind of like looking to do something, and he had a lot of energy for comics. He thought that comics really were something that could be successful. So he went back and he went to DC. Went to Marvel, and convinced them that science fiction was something that, because he had been selling some stories to DC with fantasy and so on. So these are the first two issues where it seems that he started selling science fiction and fantasy to Stan Lee and Martin Goodman. So he's back for the second time, or no, he's back for the first time.
He's back for the first time.
Back for the first time. He was there, and then he's back. and then of course in 61 the whole Fantastic Four thing happened, which is we're all still talking about that and looking at the challenges of the unknown and what's going on with those stories, and they look like they're cut up.
The art is not that.
It's not optimal, refined Kirby art. He was certainly doing better art at that time. But anyhow, it seemed to start something, or it did start something. And then you got, this is not in any kind of chronological order. You got all your fantastic 60s Marvel heroes that Kirby was involved in. Spider-Man was there too, and it's just all the stuff that the baby boomers took to in the 60s, and what we kind of consider Marvel Comics today.
And eventually into movies and Thor.
The movies,
Avengers,
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Kirby called it he made a blitz of characters and concepts to the editor there and the publisher to try to jumpstart their business. The Marvel Age. That is correct. Yep. So that was the Kirby age. Because we're the Kirby Museum, and that's what we talk about. So and then after a while, it really became the Marvel Age. Jack started like expanding his mind, started getting really cosmic, having fun with these Thor comics here. But the Galactus and the Surfer. And just really, really having a great time exploring things that were, he was aware of what was going on in the culture and magazines, news. So he was there. But once he was doing this stuff, it was like he wasn't really. I don't think there was a lot of story conferences with the editor Stan. I think that Jack was pretty much
So at this point in his life, he's what, in his 40s, right?
40s, 45, 46.
Yeah, right.
And I mean, this isn't the show where we look at all that stuff, but we all know the Marvel Age. So but then like his farewell to Marvel or Goodman was in December 1970. Maybe Goodman was gone by then. But Marvel was when they cobbled together that story. Stanley and
And Jack was already in California by this point.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. Yeah. So that was it. So then he was at DC. Look at our other series to learn more about that stuff. But then what happened is as a prelude to what happened, it was Marvel ended up having arranging a Comic-Con. Yeah, 50 and 67. Michael Hill, you're right. Right on, Danny. Thank you. Yep. So he was 50 and 67, and Goodman sold the company, was still there in 70. Right. So Marvel was doing its thing. Kirby was the DC wasn't really happy with what was going on, so he was looking to find somewhere else to go. But Marvel had a convention. There was a Comic-Con in New York City that was run by Phil Seuling, and I guess they worked something out with Phil Seuling, and Phil helped them create this mighty Marvel Comic-Con, 1975. Visit. You can see Stan. Here's a poster for the Comic-Con. Looks like they, were originally going to have it for 4 days. It ended up being 3 days at the Hotel Commodore right next to Grand Central Station, which is now the Grand Hyatt.
Wow. Yep. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I went to a few shows at the Commodore. I did not go to this show, but the one thing that happened, we have some goodies from that show actually in our collection that have been donated to us. This is a pin. Big pin.
Wow.
Here's the badge. This is the booklet. So yeah, it was. But there was apparently a Fantastic Four panel scheduled, and I wasn't able to find like a mimeographed sheet that mentioned the schedule or a photo of a oak tag at the convention to talk about when the panel was. But apparently there was a Fantastic Four panel, and that's when Stan Lee welcomed Jack Kirby up the aisle, and everybody got all excited because Jack was back. And there's an anecdote out there of somebody who a kid who was in the elevator with Jack right before that happened, and he's like, "Why is Jack Kirby at the elevator at the Marvel Con?" And he went to the panel, and then he learned. So,
yeah.
And there's a contract where there's an image of the contract that Jack signed that's out there as well, and it is right around this period of time. So Stan, Goodman was gone by this time, so Stan was the publisher, and he worked out a a deal with Jack. Jack would write and edit and draw his comics for Marvel. So, again, in June, like the next month, Marvel was had house ads. Were you there? If you weren't, buy a button, or a T-shirt. I'm going to acknowledge that I actually had that bumper sticker on my car.
Wow.
And I did.
Do you have a picture of your car with the bumper sticker?
I looked. I couldn't find it. I thought there might have been one, but I couldn't find it in the period of time that I thought of it. But I started pulling the show together. So in June of '75, a lot of the books, they had this ad. So then what happened? July 1st, 1975. It looks like, thanks to our friends. Well, Tom has done a lot of work with the database, but thanks to our friends at, wait a minute, give me a second. I'll do this. It'll happen. I swear. Copy link address, banner. At Mike's Amazing World Comics. Mike's Amazing World.
It's been a great resource.
Great resource. He's been indexing information from the Comic Reader, which was a fanzine that was coming out at the time, who had really good information about release dates. So we were, there's the Copyright Office, which is one thing, and then there's these Comics Reader release dates that are on Mike's Amazing World. Really fun. So he thanks to Mike's Amazing World, we were able to see that on July 1st, these are the 16 comics that came out. And what was in those comics? The bullpen bulletins. The King is back. Enough said. So there's Stan's soapbox. Jack's coming back. He's working on Treasury edition of 2001. What?
2001.
What? And Captain America, and it's exciting news, and that was there in every comic for the whole month. But like if you got your new, if you were, maybe there was fanzine stuff, I'm sorry to say I wasn't able to go into that. But this is, if you were just like reading stuff off the spinner rack like me, that was where you got the news that was going to happen. Hey, from Brooklyn. All right, Mark, good to see you. I am on the banks of the Hudson River as well, Scarlet Hottie. So that's nice to know. And hello, everyone. Ingrid, hi, right back. So July 1st, you saw that, and then what happened? Now, was a surprise to me, but apparently, on July 22nd, this Avengers Treasury edition came out. So, these were big things that were usually plopped on magazine flats, and comics were generally in spinner racks or on shelves, standing up. At least in my experience, these things were flat, like somewhere. But it was a huge comic, and it had Jack Kirby art on it.
Yeah,
Marvel.
I bought them off. Not that one, but I bought.
I didn't buy this one. It was a reprint inside. Whatever.
I bought most of my stuff off, at that time, spinner rack, but those were in the comic kind of shop at the top.
Okay.
I never seen them in a drugstore or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I bought the FF and the Spider-Man and the Thor, and then it was like, well, these are great, but I'd rather get the first printings, as big as they were. But here's where I'm doing it a little differently this time, where I'm presenting the printed version first. So like what you saw on the rack is what I'm going to show you first. It was inked by Frank Giacoia, but here's a photocopy of the pencil art. And you could see how
it's a little different.
Changed. It's a little different. Yeah. And then we actually do have a scan of the original art. And you can see that they've whitened out the sides or cut them or something to expand the width, because there was always aspect ratio problems with these things. So you can see that.
Go
ahead.
In the photocopy in the original art, the character, I forget who that is on the far right, has been
That's like Giant Man, my friend.
Giant Man. That's Giant Man. Wow, they really changed him.
He's got a weird costume. Yeah,
he's been enlarged.
Yeah, he's been enlarged and moved.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's because I believe. No, I don't know why. I wanted to say he might have been blocking the logo even more, or something, or they wanted to make him larger because he's supposed to be a large character or something. Or is that yellow?
I think it had to do with the perspective, because they put him closer to the ground. Yeah, it looks like he's floating really high. Anyway.
It's true. Yeah, I don't know. Were the Treasuries that toy? I don't know if they were. I don't know if they were, Mark. Oh yeah, the 2001.
That's a great one.
It's one of our.
Wait till we get to those episodes.
Oh, we're gonna have fun with them.
Yeah,
we did a whole pop up, right, Tom?
Yeah, we had a pop up. We had all the original. We had a huge, gigantic version of it, which I'm sure we'll show a lot of pictures of. Actually,
yeah. Regular magazines. I mean, it was like Look magazine or Lie. It was a larger magazine. Right.
Yeah, they don't fit in spender racks.
Yeah. So it's just interesting to see that there's Cap's arm has been made complete, and Giant Man's arm is also complete, and he's been moved a little bit, but we don't see evidence of that in the art, right? It's
Cap is all in the art. It's but
yeah.
Giant Man is really is small. So there must be a stat version of this somewhere.
Correct. Yeah, that's
production version.
Yeah. All right. So there's July 22nd. What's next? Oh, the back. Of course, the back. So this is fun. I mean, Jack Kirby nice. drawing Moondragon. Fantastic. That's really fun. I'm sure they must have sent him some
character model sheets.
Character model sheets, yeah. But I love how they changed the vision. Look at how more robotic the vision is here on the photocopy.
Yeah.
And Jack drew wings on the wasp. Excuse me, the wasp's wings only appear when she is small. When she is human-sized, her wings are not visible.
Oh, really? Okay.
Why do I know that?
Well, I actually like the pencils better at the bottom. They seem like they expanded the width of things, and it doesn't feel the same way.
Oh, sure. Yeah. They made. Yeah, they show all of Moondragon's like cape, and they completed Iron Man's arm, right?
Yeah. Oh, they totally changed the Wolverine.
Who?
Wolverine.
Wolverine's not here.
The blue thing, whatever it is.
Oh, the thing. Yeah, the Beast.
The Beast. Okay, that's the Beast.
Yeah, that would be Romita. I would say, Ken.
Yeah.
And you're right, John. It was Goliath on the front, Giant Man on the back. Same. Both Hank Pym, right? Or I don't know. I can't keep it straight. Yeah, and the blue furred beast. Yeah. So it's fun to see Kirby draw
The
the
blue
draw those
furry
characters.
beast.
Yeah. So then August 5th, the great reunion of Jack
Vince
Kirby and
Coletta.
Vinny Coletta. We have no material for this cover. It happens. So it's kind of cool. Be nice to see something, but we couldn't find anything. Yeah. You are right, Mark. There is Iron Man's nose is on those pencils. So then, was that August 5th? Yeah, August 5th. So now we got a few more August 5th items. We got an Invaders cover, the Submariner, and Cap, and the Torch. It's the 40s, inked by John Romita. And what do we have? We have original art scan.
It's cool.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what might have been changed, because things got changed.
But they reduced the size of everything to fit it because it's wider. It's too wide.
Yeah. I mean, you could see those lines for the width, and maybe some changes to the Submariner's fist. Who knows? You know,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff going on there. But let's see, get some more. No, that's true. You know, he did have a talent for faces. I agree. Yeah, Yellow Jacket. I don't know. Hank Pym cloned himself for the cover. That's right. Yeah, I mean a Hercules series by Jack. It's John Morrow, ladies and gentlemen. Great to see you, John. Thanks for joining.
Hi, John.
Yeah, it would have been great. Oh yeah, look at that. The face on the Ed is changed. It's rotated. How odd is that? The guy in the helmet on the
Oh right, yeah.
the board. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been great if we had found some sketches. I haven't seen any sketches for these.
Not for these, but there are sketches.
No, there are some sketches that are out there. Yeah, I would think that's probable that happened. Now what? August 12th, inked by Frank Giacoia. It's cool. Press kneel down, slaves. Yeah, so they have a pencil photocopy. That's nice. You know, too bad the word balloons kind of obscured this cool rock face. But you know, it's fun.
Yeah, it's nice.
Now what? Oh, more August 12th. It's Thor.
So many covers in 1975. Isn't that amazing?
I just like, you know, Jack, you're back. Do some covers for us. I mean,
so he must have been like these must have been on his drafting table like right away.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. And there was a note that Mike Esposito may have been involved in this one, but Giacoia and Esposito, you know, they were pals. And of course, Frank Giella said anything Frank Giacoia inked probably had Joe Giella's inks on it too. Remember last week?
Yeah, last weekend. Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, it's fun, and we do have a pencil photocopy from that.
That's very different.
Yeah.
That green thing is just not supposed to be like that. I think that's supposed to be the Rainbow Bridge now.
It's supposed to be the Rainbow Bridge. They made it green. Why? Stefano, Frank Robbins did an impeccable job with the Invaders, but I only bought the books because Kirby designed the cover.
Me too.
I bought the books. I was buying everything. I was a real Marvel head. No, not really. Sorry, we don't have anything right now about Vince. Artists drew their pages wider because printers are often inaccurate when trimming pages. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's a good point, Jeff, on YouTube. All right. Oh yeah, this one. Another Vince Coletta ink with look at how Romita
Oh my
changed that
God, it's so
face.
different.
Yeah. He like made it, brought it into the current house style. Lots of whiteout over here.
Mm.
I mean, you barely know it was Vince, in a way, because of the
Yeah, it
very.
doesn't really look very Vince-like, but except for
If you look
maybe
at
the
the original
arms.
art, though, look in the lower left here and the lower center, I can see Coletta. You know,
Yeah.
little, funny. So yeah, so there's a cover. You're done tooting, John. Oh well. So
I wonder if Ramita had something to do with that face. It looks a little bit like
oh yeah.
Ramita to me.
Oh totally. Yeah, it's Romita. Yeah. So then there was this Black Panther cover, which I had no idea about until kind of like recently, just a few years ago, um, that there was this Jungle Action cover inked by Klaus Janson. Crazy
Wow.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was kind of news to me. And we do have pencils.
That must have been fairly early in his career.
Jansen?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But that's cool. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Looks good. August 26th. I remember this.
I remember it very well.
after all those after all those Kirby covers that we just went through, we finally got Joe Sinnott. And that
Well,
was
of course,
exciting.
Fantastic Four. It's like
Yeah,
Coletta with,
with
Thor and things
Hercules.
like
Yeah,
that. You had to do
yeah,
it.
yeah. So it's pretty great. I guess they changed the thing's brow to be more like the brow that was going on these days.
Hmm.
It has a rounder quality to it on the brow than on the pencil, which is the standard Kirby brow. But not it doesn't appear to have been changed that much,
No,
right?
no.
And then what?
Oh, I love this cover.
So cool.
I remember this so well. I
Yeah,
love this cover.
yeah. It's just
Like Iron Man
very
in space.
Iron Man in space with a nose, and it's very dramatic. And yeah, inked by Al Milgram, and just really cool. And yeah, there was some anecdote somewhere on social media that talked about this cover, like it was a husband and a wife, and it was just a cute thing. And of course, I didn't save it or bookmark it or anything. So um, I haven't seen him in many of these pages. I'd pay for a hardcover collection of collected '70s Kirby covers. Yeah, I get you. That sounds about right.
Especially if it's pencils and inks.
That's right.
That would be nice. Pencils,
Yeah.
inks, and published like this.
What am I looking at here? Kirby and Elric on Conan. Conan. Wow. Big giant size Conan. And as you'll see, how the face was changed. Because, I don't know.
Wow, it changed a lot.
John says Kirby's Iron Man covers from this period were all amazing. I'll agree.
I spoke to L at the old school comic show several weeks ago, and he was saying that he would give sketches. So he had a deal with Stan, and Stan said it send sketches to Kirby for certain covers. And
Al Milgram, you spoke to him, right?
Yeah, and Al insisted that if he was doing that, designing them, he wanted to ink them. So he made that deal. And one of his comments was that his layouts for the covers that he sent to Kirby, he was surprised how much he followed them accurately. And he was actually hoping for him to not follow them as closely.
He wanted more Kirby.
He wanted more Kirby in it, yeah.
Yeah. So the suspicion would be then that Al may have provided a sketch for this, maybe.
Oh, he did. Yeah, most likely.
Okay.
Yeah. Any cover that he inked, he provided sketches because Stan made that deal with him to send the sketches out.
Right. Yeah. So
I didn't get that. Did you try again?
Siri, stay out of our show. All right. So what's next? I think we're getting close to the end of this fantastic covers series. Oh, well,
Kazar.
So it's Kazar. What? Hey,
Kazar.
Is it Kazar or Kazar? I demand a vote. I don't know. I don't know how to put a poll in. I always said Kazar, but
I always said Kazar.
Oh man.
Because it's a dash. There's a dash in between.
It's a dash. K. I don't know.
That's Kazar.
Yeah.
Kazar or Kazar. Tomato.
So they're mentioning that Kirby's Conan's face looks happier. That's funny. So yeah, we don't need.
So
Mark is with you, Kazar. All right. Anybody else? Is it I know it. I'm sorry, but I'm always going to go with Submariner because that's how they sang the song for the.
Another Steve Myers says Kazar too.
Oh man. All right. No. But we do have this amazing thing. Reedman, thank you. He's with me.
Yeah, but another one says Kazar, not
Hammy.
Yeah.
All right, Hammy. Well, that's fine. But we have this photocopy, and you have this very nice photocopy, actually.
Yeah.
But they took out the rock. They changed Zabu. They changed the face. Changed the fist. The arm with the fist.
Got rid of the rock clipped in the back.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Danny, really? It's Tarzan? I'm having a cognition problem. But it's some significant changes. But that's what it is. So Kazar, I think he was around from the Goodman pulp days back in the late 30s, like that actual name.
But
Danny's
right. It's kind of like Tarzan, a little bit like a ripoff.
Submariner, yeah. Yeah, he likes the change on the cat. All right. Yeah, it makes him look bigger. That's true. It's true. It's not just a 6-pack. It's not a Kirby 6-pack. It's an 8-pack now. I get it, Jeff. That's great. In Russian, it's Kazar. All right. Emphasis. John says emphasis on the first syllable. All right. Kazar. Short A sound. Oh man, now it's getting way too complicated. All right.
Is there any kind of recordings where the official pronunciation is shown?
Well, I would go. I mean, if there was a cartoon that he was in or something, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So then in September, so we went through all that. You're buying stuff off the racks. Look at all that Kirby. You saw the bullpen bulletins, and then if you were in the know, you were subscribing to Foom. I wasn't. I didn't subscribe.
I actually bought it off the stands. I mean, in the comic book shop. I wasn't
in the shop, really?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, Mark. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it was some weird brand thing. Just ink it. It would have looked fine. So there was
who drew and inked this cover? It's not
John Byrne and Joe Sinnott.
Okay.
And
okay. I'm sorry. I didn't see
let me just go back. Please note the lettering at the bottom of the cover. That was the lettering that I used as my inspiration for the title of this episode. You're welcome, everybody. That's just how it is.
Talk about geeky.
I don't want to come up with something new. I need inspiration. There it is.
It hurts your head.
my brain. So I'll put this up. It was a 4-page interview with Jack. This is not a drawing by Jack. It's Rich Buckler, and Joe Sinnott. I would like to know who conducted this interview, just so we can attribute it to somebody. I checked in, I believe, with Scott Edelman, and he didn't know, and I may have checked with somebody else. As far as I know, nobody really knows who conducted this interview.
So if somebody knows, please say something.
Say something. Reach out to us in the comments or email. Or Twitter. Hit our
hotline 1-800.
Oh no! In the X-Men animated series, it was Kazar. All right. Well, okay, Oswald. Thank you.
Sorry, Rand.
That is true, Amy. Thank you. So it's a 4-page interview, and there's some good stuff in it. And maybe you could read it if I don't know. Looks like you could. I'll go back again. Oh, damn you! Not you. So, if you're watching this on your TV, you might be able to read that.
What is this? What do you mean? What should you focus on?
No, I just mean the interview.
Oh, okay. But we have this digitally, right? We OCR'd it, right?
We OCR. I have not put it on the website. So.
Oh, okay.
So let's go back to standard practices here. That. There is not a person named Foom. That is true.
But there is foam.
So, and then on September 9th, 1975, here's the issue of Cap that came out, 192. Why is this here? It's the issue right before 193, which we all know is the beginning.
Rand, why is it here?
Why?
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Let's see. John loved his membership in Foam. That's great. First time he saw the uninked pencils were the rejected cover for Eternals 2. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Steranko was on Foom by this time. Kirby's return. Well, that's right. So the last page, this is what you got at the bottom of there was a full square panel, and below it was this Kirby Jacoya art. The great bicentennial blockbusting saga of the century. It's the USA against the wall, man. It's great. Ticking against a Cap and the Falcon against a ticking Madbomb. So cool. Really? It was always spelled Dark Side, man. I don't understand. Okay, so that's exciting. That's it. That is the end of our very brief show, because our next show next week we're going to take a look at the first 2 issues of Captain America. No, I'm sorry. There was a cover or 2 before that. So we've got this.
That's a nice cover.
It is nice, right?
Yeah.
Not really changed all that much.
They zoomed in a little bit, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that 1/8 inch thing. You know, that. Oh, there's this one too. This one's fun. So
yes,
here's
the background.
The background and the and we got the background, and we also have the Submariner's head completely redrawn. Jack's kind of got him hunching down and like
yeah, it's better the way it was redrawn. Actually, definitely better.
Really? Oh,
I think it's better.
All right. Oh.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on if you want to have the Submariner more in control of the situation. There, it looks like
Right.
he's like
He's
overcome, and he's
on
not
the
punching
defense.
anything because he's punching at.
Right. But it's a fun one. It's full of stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jack drew the Torch's face. The face, only Johnny Storm's face gets shown as the Torch. Come on, Jack. Yeah, you man looks like Mantis, right? Yeah. So that's a fun one. And that's it. That's our short visit with Kirby. Covers, ramp up, etc. for 1975 until the Cap 193 shows up. You're welcome, Danny. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure having you. Yeah. So next week we'll take on these 2 issues. I'm gonna scan. I don't know. I have more things to scan, and I know I had that Captain America cover on a T-shirt and a notebook.
Should we mention the fact that the bicentennial battles was something that we had done in the past, and that's available, and we're not going to go through it?
That's true. Yeah, we've already covered the bicentennial battles. How many Julys ago did we do that?
It's got to be 4 years, 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years.
It was before the pandemic.
If you look at our YouTube channel, you'll see the bicentennial battles there. Yeah.
The Madbomb is going to be great.
It's going to be great. Oh my gosh, yeah. It was snubbed, but time proved Jack right. Yep, it is totally true. It's a great, fun story, and one of the guest stars is still alive today. So we are working to build our collections website. Tom's done an amazing amount of work. I helped out a little bit, and
you helped out.
But we're looking to raise some money to pay some fancy developers to work their magic. So if you could help us out, get our website, Kirby Musee. I'll share this link with you. Do I have it? No, I don't have it with me. Oh well. So anyhow, there's you can go to that Kirby Music call and donate. Maybe I could just put it in the chat. Typing. He's typing. So yeah, I think that will take you to our page. And then this is the kind of amazing organization that's going on with
We should put a picture of the catalog up too at some point.
Well, you're right. We've been using these pictures for too long. We need a new one.
I know. We'll have new
All
ones
right.
next week.
Okay, great. It's a deal. So, yeah, this is a kind of a mock-up of what the landing page might look like.
Yeah, so this is our collection. So it includes like a gallery too, where certain things can be zoomed in and eventually and studied and historical information, comments probably as well. We haven't really thought about all the details yet because no sense in doing that if we don't get enough fundraising dollars to actually make it a reality.
Yep. And what else? We do have memberships. We've had a few members join us recently, and you can have posters available, and we also have a gift shop like any good museum where you can buy t-shirts and pins and posters and prints. And
we go to many conventions. We're going to be in Los Angeles at a small show in the beginning of June, but then there's the San Diego Comic-Con. We'll have our booth out there in July.
Yeah.
And then New York Comic-Con in October. So we try to go to many of the big shows.
Yeah. I cannot explain it. Deluxe Recordings wants to know why Jack spelled dark side. Yeah, that's how it goes. So yeah, if you would, we appreciate your commenting here on the live stream, but comments after the live are also quite welcome, and I do my best to keep up with the comments. At least I like them. Or if you have a question after the show, I'm happy to answer. And subscribe to our YouTube channel and share our videos with your comics pals, and just ring the bell, take our notifications, so that when we schedule the next show or the video, that you'll get the word. So that's our plea for that. And again, next week we'll do it. We're really looking forward to it. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it. Thanks, John, for coming by. Always great to see you. And yeah, Ken mentioned that it's a little bit of a German spelling, and I'll agree that is kind of like what it is, because the I after the E is side. So yeah, that's right. Okay. You're all very welcome, and I guess we'll fade out.
We'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat station. Nope.
See you on the dark side with the Madbomb. All right, folks. Take care. I'm going to push the button. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.